We're live again now, and we're back
You
in.
sure?
Yep, sure, it's up, and we're live.
We
Are
live?
we?
Nice.
Are we back on?
Yep. Don't know what happened.
All right, sweet.
So
Well, I
then,
can't, what were we talking about?
we're talking
Oh, I
about
think we was going on
Flash.
about the Yeah, well, no, I was talking about yeah, we were talking about Flash, and I was asking, do you ever listen to the Bancroft Brothers podcast?
No, I've
Either of you?
actually never heard of them.
No, you've never heard of the
No.
Bancroft Brothers podcast? They're
I've never.
both of them.
No.
They're twins. They're twins. They both worked for Disney back in the 80s and the 90s. They were both supervisor. And one of them directed Mulan. Anyway, if you go into the iTunes store, go onto podcasts, look up the Bancroft Brothers, and they've got like an animation podcast, and they talk to everyone. And like the other day, I was listening to oh, what's his name? Is it Alec Hurst, the one who does the what show? Fairy God Parents.
Fairly Odd
Oh, the
Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was talking about like
I gotta check
how
this
a
out.
lot of the shows on Nickelodeon are still done using Flash. I know other industries use basically the three main programs that are used at the moment is Flash, After Effects, and what's that other one called, Ant?
Toon Boom.
Toon Boom?
Toon
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Toon Boom. As far as I'm aware, and then I think when you get into more traditional thing, there's another one as well, and I can't remember what that one's called. But anyway,
Well, like I
I
said, the
tried
next
to learn
one,
Toon Boom, and
the next one will be
just sticking with
hopefully
Flash.
will be Character Animator. Will be the next
Oh, yeah.
big animation, and I actually think it will be. I think it's on the way to getting there.
I
Excellent.
honestly believe that like live animation will be like the next thing. Like live cartoon shows, you know what I mean? Like
Oh, 100%.
instead of like yeah. I think that's something
Yeah,
that's gonna
we're
happen.
finally getting to that bit in Back to the Future 2 when he's talking to the Avatar when he goes in and order a coffee or a Coke or whatever it was in a diner. Give it another few years, when you go
Alright.
into McDonald's, you'll have a cartoon version of Ronald McDonald on those big order machines talking to you. I definitely think that'll happen.
It's interactive,
Yeah,
isn't
something
it?
like that for sure.
Well, I mean, it's already happening. Look at yourself, on Twitch. You're, like I said, when we in part one, because obviously it got cut off. But you're pioneer. Like you're one of the first, if not the first person I saw on Twitch using a character avatar, and I still don't think there's very many people on there doing it.
They're starting to like they're popping up new and new ones like every single month. There's always like a new character streamer using Character Animator, and that makes me super stoked. But
Yeah.
in the beginning,
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
I love seeing-
I was very lonely.
Like that,
Yeah.
well, as you said, a few more years, and I think you'll be seeing it everywhere. Like more and more people will be using it. Not just animators, but you see a lot more apps which will allow people, and like virtual reality. Like in virtual environments. In fact, I saw a thing that I sent you the other day, and where on games like Call of Duty, they're doing like the face tracking thing, so that when you're playing virtually, it can track your facial emotions, so you can actually talk to people in the game like we are now.
Yeah, and I suppose with when it comes to like 3D scanning and stuff like that, it won't be long until you can actually play a game as yourself and say like with full motion capture. Future's
Oh
almost
yeah,
here.
And this
I know
kind
that
of,
Star Citizen is doing something like that.
Who, sorry?
I think it's called Star Citizen. It's a new upcoming game where they do like if you
Oh,
got a
yes.
webcam, they will motion track your face
Yeah.
and the in-game
Yeah, that was
models
the
will
one
like
that I
mimic
sent a link
your
to
facial
Anthony.
expressions. Oh
I mean,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not brand new technology. We was using Anthony will tell you
Oh,
all
no.
about it. Back in the 90s. What was it called, Ant?
Oh, we used to use the software. Yeah, it was about
Online
20,
Traveller.
20 yeah, Online Traveller. Like virtual chat spaces where it used basically pretty much the same setup as Character Animator. Used the audio for facial expressions. and you had triggered emotions. And yeah, we was doing that back in dial-up internet
1998.
days. Yeah, yeah. But now it's more
There's no one
accessible
else
to
on the
everyone.
internet at the time, so
But I think what the great thing is about like the live cartoons and the interactive stuff like this is how easy it is for people to make stuff, because you get kids out of school and they want to make a cartoon, or they want to do a show, and now they can, and they don't have to learn something for years. And I think that's brilliant, because you're going to see so much more stuff, so much more creative stuff out there, because they've got the chance to do it now. So I'm looking forward just to seeing, like, every time I see something new, it's always really cool.
yeah, I always love going
it's
on
super cool.
Twitter, hashtag Character Animator, and seeing all the new things that people put on it every week. And I suppose that leads into my third question, which was, I suppose this is for the Professor. For anyone who missed, who hasn't been with us since the beginning, Scribbleh was telling us how his creator is called the Professor, and he was telling us a bit about the Professor, how in the early days he worked in advertising. And how did he get into Character Animator? Was he working in the animation industry, or was it just something as a hobby which he come across through the Adobe updates? How did he come across it?
Good question. Actually, it was he has never really like done animation professionally. Only as a hobby on the side, like whenever a new Adobe tool comes out, he would always mess around with it. And I remember I was sitting at work and I saw there was an update for After Effects. And I always read the patch notes, and I see that, oh, with this update of After Effects, you get beta access to some new tool called Character Animator. And the professor, I guess he just decided to give it a go. And in the
were you
beginning,
his,
he didn't really
first
see much
creation?
use for it. Yeah. He didn't really see much use for it, but then he discovered Twitch, and immediately light bulb.
I think
And
it's
so
the
I
same,
got right on it.
it was the same with us. We kind of came across it, didn't really have a need for it, and thought, we won't use this for
Yeah.
anything. And then
The
But it
customer
was very
that wanted,
limited when it came
animation.
out the first time, you know?
that's the thing. But
Sorry, Scott?
what did you say, Scott?
Pardon?
What did you say?
I was just agreeing with you. Like I come across Character Animator when a customer that I was doing, I weren't even getting paid for the job. It was like a project that we were working on together. So I needed to animate something quickly, and whatever I was looking for online, I come across Character Animator, because I don't. Anthony uses After Effects, but I'm hardcore. Like Flash Animator, Flash, and
Yeah.
do a lot of editing and whatnot. So I didn't come across Character Animator in After Effects. So I'd come across it on YouTube, and I thought, this will be great. This will help me loads with the customer. And that job actually with the customer fell by the wayside pretty quickly. And then my head that you're seeing right now is the very first thing I built, and took off from there.
So it's a good looking head.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. I wish the actual real head looked as good. Well,
I'm sure it does.
I designed.
No, it
this is
doesn't.
my cartoon
I
head
can vouch
from
for that.
about 10 years ago. I used to look this young, don't anymore. Well, there's not many virtual avatars, character streamers on Twitch, as you were saying. And as I
Right.
said, for all I know, you might have been the first one on Twitch using a character animator. So how has being a virtual cartoon character on Twitch helped you? Has it been beneficial? Has it made a big difference?
Oh yeah, for sure. Actually, like the hardest part is like being visible. Like when you first start out on Twitch, like getting people to actually find your channel, that's the hardest part. So I think it took me like 5 months to get to like 50 followers. But all of a sudden, like when the right persons or when the right people found me, and they started like tweeting out the stream because they were so surprised with what they were seeing, like they couldn't really grasp it, like what is going on? Like this is so weird. And they started tweeting out about it, and we went from like 50 followers to like 500 in like a day. And then more people found it, and then it just snowballed from there, and we went from like 500 followers to 5,000 in like a couple of days or something like that. It was it was very weird. But that was all thanks to Character Animator. Like, I trust me, I'm not this good looking. I need to look like this. It's the only way. So it's all thanks to Character Animator and what the professor did.
You ever read the book Ready Player One?
No, I actually borrowed it from a friend of mine the other day. I haven't gotten to read it yet.
You want to read it? It's brilliant, and that is what the future is going to be like. Basically, it doesn't matter what you look like in real life, because a few years down the line, we're all just going to be living on the computer anyway, and our cartoon avatars is what we're going to be.
Exactly. See, we're prepping for the future.
Well, in regards to your Twitch setup, you know, I know you're your own entity, but does your creator, your professor, how does he control you on Twitch? What is his setup? How does he, you know, because obviously you got triggers, you've got you're talking to people on Twitch, you're playing the game. You know, it seems to be a lot of things that you're juggling. How do you manage it?
Yeah.
Have you got one computer, two computers? Have you got foot pedals? How do you do it?
I got two computers. One computer is just for playing the games, and the other computer is the one that the professor uses behind the scenes, where he'll basically make me do things. So we got pedals, we got a touchscreen monitor. So I'm actually looking at 3 monitors right now. One touchscreen, one just for OBS, Spotify, alerts, stuff like that, and the other monitor is for the gaming computer that does, well, it plays games. And then there's a capture card, and there's OBS, and a whole bunch of other software as well, like SNAS, Latch Tools, what else? Actually, I think that's pretty much it.
Have you ever done like a video tutorial, like demonstrating the professor's setup? Because I know loads of people would love to see that, especially in the case.
Yeah, I think so too.
Community.
The professor has been thinking about maybe making his own Twitch channel, where he can do stuff like that.
That would be brilliant.
So that's something that we're working on, but I haven't done it, or he hasn't done it yet. No.
Well,
but it's in the works.
As soon as I'll keep an eye out for that, because I'd love to, because at the moment I'd love to. I don't play any games on the PC. I got an Xbox, and I'd like to do. I don't know, just like play Call of Duty or Micro Machines, but I haven't got a Scooby Doo how to get set the Xbox up, Character Animator up. Anthony might have an idea, but I haven't. I have no idea how to do it. So if you had something like that, it'd be very informative, not only to myself but to loads of other people.
Have you
Oh yeah, no, that's actually that was a good good little thing. I almost forgot. I also got an HDMI switcher. So
A what?
I also play on Xbox, an
Okay.
HDMI switcher. So I also got an Xbox,
right.
and like my gaming PC and my Xbox is plugged into the HDMI switcher, and the HDMI switcher is plugged into my capture card, which then goes into my streaming computer. So I can just change the source on the fly. And OBS captures whatever the HDMI switcher signal is delivering to the capture card.
I'll have to try and figure it out. What I'll do after this show is
It's all right,
finished,
I'll
some
show
point
you.
down the line, I'll come back and listen to what you've said and try and set it all up.
I'll come and set it up for you, Scott. I'll show you how it's done.
Yeah.
you
I'll
ever-
probably never get round to
There you
doing
go.
it.
Have you done any collaborations with any other character animator characters, or is that something that could be done?
It's something
Yeah,
I
can you have
really
two of
want to
you
do.
on Twitch at
I
the
know
same time?
that. I know that Mr. Castler, who's in chat right now. Hi, Cass.
Because that.
I know that Castler and the drumming PC, they've been doing some collaborations together. And I sort of had like a small little cameo in that collaboration. Um, I don't want to spoil anything. It's something you gotta watch for yourself. So definitely check out the drumming PC and Mr. Castler. Two fantastic broadcasters on Twitch, and that's an excellent example of a collaboration between character streamers for sure.
We'll put a link after the show. We'll put a link below in the replay video. So anything that we talk about like that, if anybody wants, we'll find a link and we'll stick it below, and people can check it out.
Oh
And
yeah.
going back to your setup for a second, what do you use? Like, you know, I see your arms going around. Are you are they on draggers, or are you using like pre-animated triggers?
What do you mean? No, just kidding. No, I move them. I move them about. So there's no pre-animated, no pre-animations. They're all dragged in real time. It's like kind of like it's kind of like live puppeteering in a way, more so than animation.
And that's using the touchscreen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so you're moving both your arms at the same time on draggers.
Yeah. Each arm got a dragger
'Cause I
point
don't
on
have a
them, and I move them about with the touchscreen. As long as the touchscreen is
Oh, I haven't got a
multi-touch,
touchscreen, so it's not
and,
something I've ever experimented
we
with.
golden.
I'll have to get myself.
Oh,
a
dude,
laptop
it's so
or
much
something.
fun. I definitely recommend you guys getting a touchscreen just to like play around with it. It's super.
Yeah.
Well,
super
all
fun,
I've got is a mouse,
for
so
sure.
I was seeing you, both your arms swinging around, thinking, how the bloody hell is he doing that? Has he got, you know?
But we don't
He
need to
must
worry
have
about
got
that because we don't have any arms.
Well,
So.
yeah, we haven't got any arms.
That's true. You guys lucked out on that one.
Right, so, what future plans are there for you? Are you staying? We kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but are you planning to stay mainly on Twitch, or are you looking to expand Scribbleh? You know, expand yourself. Are you looking to move out more onto YouTube or other social media platforms? You know, because you're great on Twitch playing games, but you're also a fantastic character that could be, you know, reviewing films or doing your own little skits and loads that you could be doing. So is that something that you want to be doing in the future, or plan to do in the future?
Yeah. Actually, it's something I would like to do more of. I do have a YouTube channel, and I've actually it's not really a review, but I did do a very silly
La La Land, I saw that one.
review of La La Land.
Yeah, I watched that earlier.
and-
That was really good.
That was great. You
It's so
should,
stupid.
you know, and that's why I asked the question: are you looking to do, you know, was that just a one-off, or are you going to start doing more of it?
No, I want to do more of it. That's the thing. I really want to do more of that. But streaming is taking up so much of my time, and I also do commissions on the side, so it's really hard to find the time to actually do it. But I want to. I want
Oh, I
to
know
for
what you
sure.
mean.
And more stuff is
There's
coming.
so-
That's a promise.
And
There's so
like
much you
say,
can
with
do.
Character
Yeah,
Animator, just
we've got a long list of projects that we've got planned and want to work on. It's just trying to put aside a little bit of time to do it all. Because
we've
we're
got
in the
one
same
Yeah.
boat.
project that we've been working on for about 10 years, on and off. I think
yeah.
we're talking a little bit about that at the end of the show, aren't we, Ant?
Yeah, we should be. It's basically we looked at doing an animation years and years ago now, but now with Character Animator, it should hopefully make it a lot easier to be able to do. You know, it will give us that bit of time to do it.
Yeah.
Right, well, in regards to Character Animator, is there any updates in the future that you'd like to see incorporated? You know, if there's something that you think could make your, you know, experience on Animator even better, what updates would you like to see in the future betas?
Oh gee, I don't really know. It's already I mean the app itself is already getting so good, and like the new updates that just keeps on being pushed out regularly, just every update just makes it better and better. I honestly don't really know what else I'd want.
I know a lot of people.
Haven't really given
mean-
that much thought.
A lot of people have been asking or hoping for motion capture with hand motion capture, maybe something with like a Kinect or something like that.
Yeah.
Or I mean, and Joe, I can see that happening. I think that would be the next step. And that'd be amazing.
I'm less interested in the whole Kinect thing. I'm more interested in like the joypad thing where you can control your character, move it around, like forward, backwards, left, right, diagonally. So you can actually control.
Yeah, like moving instead of just left and right, you can actually like move up and down too. That would be sweet.
Well,
yeah,
so
have
you
a
could
full.
have something like an actual proper TV show. So imagine it's like Peter Griffin in Family Guy. Walking around the room. It'll still be a 2D character, but you can control him walking backwards or walking forwards. And obviously with the head turn and whatnot, you can make your character. They call it 2.5. Have you ever seen The Lion Roar? It's like it's a 2D animation, but it's almost 3D because the way they've rigged that character, they can turn it fully around. They've embedded all the different layers in the same way that you do in Character Animator, where you got a head turn. And so you could create a character which can turn all the way around, and you could control, make it work, walk around in almost like a 3D environment. That's what I'm looking forward to, and that's exactly what I see them working towards at the moment.
Is that the one with the pilot?
Sorry, what? The
That animation you were talking about? Yeah.
The animation, The Lion Roar. Yeah, it's the TV series of The Lion King, where it's based on his son. Have you ever seen it?
Oh, okay. No, sorry. Then it's not the thing I was thinking about. I'm sorry.
Well, if you ever get the chat, like my kids watch it, so sit down and even if you just look at it on YouTube for like a minute or 30 seconds, it's great to see like the way that they've built like this 2.5 character, and it is really kind of what we can do in Character Animator. So that's the way that they operate the characters in the Lion Roar is exactly how I see the software going.
I wrote it down.
You got that written down? Yeah.
I'll check it out.
I'll put a link.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
Obviously, a lot of people that follow you on Twitch, and so we couldn't have an interview without asking you some advice for other Twitchers. What are the do's and don'ts that you would recommend to people that are looking to improve, their audience, to build their audience, to get more people following their show?
Right. Probably. I mean, there's always like the first rule of Twitch is like learn the Twitch etiquette. Follow those rules, and then it's just be active. Never stop. It's gonna take time to like get out there. Well, once you get out there and you start to get your following growing, just never stop. And have faith. Try to reach out to other streamers, get inspiration. Show support where you feel like support is deserved. Just be an all-around nice guy, and you'll make it there for sure. But it's hard. It's hard work.
Do people get much out of like? Can you collaborate with other Twitchers? Like, I know we kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier, but is that something you do where? Because I've seen other Twitchers where, I mean, I don't really use Twitch at all. It's only because a couple of people I've done work for on Twitch, and I check out the channel now and again, but I don't really understand how it works. And you see people where it looked like they said their channel's being hosted, or they're in a group with other people or a community. I don't have any idea what any of that is, and I wondered if that's a way that people, if they create groups and work together.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. Like I like what you can do is like if you befriend some other streamers, then you can definitely like schedule a day to play some games together. Me and a bunch of other character streamers, we meet weekly every Saturday, and just make plans like that, just to like do collaborative streams and stuff like that. It's really fun, and it's definitely a smart thing to do because you'll reach a broader audience. Because like when everybody's streaming on each other's channels, then the following from one channel will find you as well, and vice versa. So yeah, definitely.
Well, What we can't let you go without asking you what's your favorite. What is your favorite game that you're playing at the moment on Twitch?
At the moment, I'm playing a lot of Destiny 2, but my favorite game of all time is probably Dust and Elysian Tale. It's a small indie game by
Uh,
Dean Doudril. He made the whole game himself, animations, programming, everything, and it's a masterpiece. Definitely worth checking out.
I'll put a link to it. I'll have to check that one out. I know Anthony
Oh yeah,
enjoys all the more indie games. I mean, generally the only games I get to play are the ones on the Xbox, like your, Call of Duty and Halo, and generally I don't even play online. I just play against my dad because it's easy. I mean, I beat him so much that now I let him win sometimes, because I think if I don't let him win, he's just going to get so fed up that he won't play anymore, and then I'll have no one
yeah,
to play
yeah.
against. I'm quite good
Yeah, I
as well. He
remember
thinks
being
he,
a young
you know,
boy and yeah, I remember playing Mario Kart with my dad on the N64. I would also let him win a
oh,
lot.
That was a great game. Like we used
Oh,
to
good
used to
times.
play that religiously.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
me
Anthony
too.
was terrible at it. He'd get proper
Whatever.
stroppy and storm off. Yeah, you're still terrible at it.
No, I couldn't. No one could beat
I
me
don't
on the
think you
last
win it.
level. What's the
What are you on
Wario
about? My
level?
little 8-year-old son beat you the other day.
Oh, I let him win. So
Right, okay then.
we've got some questions from in the comments. So can you see them, Scott, or
All
do you
right,
want me
go
to
for
get
it.
them up?
Yeah, I can. It looks well, we got one from OK Samurai, aka Dave Warner.
Mr. Dave.
Werner, what?
Well,
Yeah. And his question is, I'll tell you what, Ant, do you want to read the questions out?
okay, yeah. Let's see. I can see this
Can you
one
see?
now. Question: You are given free reign and budget to make a Scribbler-based video game. What is it called, and what's the gameplay like?
Oh boy.
That's a good question.
Oh, that's a tough one. Yeah, that's a really good
That's a very
question.
good question. You never know, you
It would
might
be
find
called Dust and Elysian Tale 2, and it would it would play like Dust and Elysian Tale 1, and it would feature me instead of Dust, and the game would be awful because of it.
Oh, you never know.
That's my answer.
There might be some developers out there that might want to create a Scribbler-based game. What kind of adventure could you get into?
It would definitely be like a 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up or something like that. I
Oh, good old 80s,
Oh boy.
90s
What Street
retro
Fighter?
style.
yeah, for sure.
Or what about the arcade version?
I think
of Ninja
that's what-
Turtles?
yeah.
You don't get more classic than that. Yeah, Scribble
It
and
doesn't.
Friends.
It truly
The
doesn't.
Twitch gang of cartoon characters going through all the different types of games, beating everybody up. You have to save the game community. Right, there you go. That's a great idea already. If there's any game developers out there looking for
There
something
you
to
go.
work on next, there you go. Scribbler's available.
Doing their
And
work
that's the
for
thing.
them.
You've got a great character.
That's how you do it.
You got a great
Thank
character.
you.
You can license. Like you get plenty of people license the cartoons out. It's something. Have you ever looked into that? Have you ever thought about going into further branding, licensing your creation yourself?
I haven't really given that much thought, honestly.
Merchandise.
That's probably
T-shirts,
something I
scribblers,
should check out for
scribble on
sure.
cups.
Oh yeah, no, merch
you
is
should do, definitely.
merch is coming. I'm in dialogue with some people. So Scribbly merch is on
Excellent.
its way.
Do you
But
are you
other
going to
than
be
that,
at the
I haven't given it much thought.
Are you going to be at the TwitchCon?
Yes, I am. I'm actually doing a panel at TwitchCon.
A what? Sorry.
I'm doing a panel at TwitchCon on the first day of
Oh.
TwitchCon at 7 p.m. I think. I'll be doing
And
a
who's
panel
gonna be
with some
there? Is it
other
gonna be the
great, fantastic
professor?
character streamers.
Is it going to be the
It'll be
professor
me,
at the,
and I think the
panel, or is
professor
it
will
gonna be
hide
you?
behind the scenes. No, it's gonna be
Alright.
me for sure. But the professor's probably gonna be there as well, behind the scenes.
And where is TwitchCon going to be? Is it in Europe? Is it in America? Where can people find
It's
it?
in Long Beach, California.
Oh, so are you
It
going all the way over
starts
to America
at,
to?
hold on. Yeah, it's a
Well,
long
you gotta get
flight,
yourself
but
there, or they're gonna fly you out.
no, I had to go there myself, or I had to pay for it myself, indeed. So, but actually, it was
You want them to put
the
you up
only
in a
reason
hotel?
I could make it there this year was because of the fantastic community on Twitch. We put up a donation goal for it, and we reached it within a week. So, it's all thanks to my community that I'm able to go, and that's why I
That's
love them so
amazing.
much.
Well, we've got another
I
They're the
question.
think I'm gonna have
best.
to rethink. I'm gonna have to get myself on Twitch, get myself over to America. Right, and more
There you
questions.
go.
Yeah.
There you
We
go.
got
What
next
else is there?
question from Ryan Ismi. What makes you vomit?
No. Oh, oh no, not right.
What was the question? Ant?
Oh, he knows that. He knows the answer too well. Let's just
We'll skip that one.
let's just skip that one. Oh, just thinking
Also,
about it makes me sick. Oh,
a couple of people have asked.
oh, okay. I'm good. Got it out.
A couple of people
Got it all
asked. What time is the stream that you do? Do you have a set time for your streams?
I do, but I don't. I have a set schedule, but I'm never on time. But if you look at the
Yeah,
schedule, you can
bit
take it
like
with
us
like a
then.
little grain of salt and just add or subtract an hour to the starting point, and I'll usually be on around there. Or around that time, I should say.
Whoa, my head's going a bit crazy.
I think that's really it for the questions. I don't think there's anything really that you can see on there, Scott.
No, I mean, obviously you've answered loads of great questions for us. You've told us a little bit about your creator, what he was up to before he come to you, your experience in the animation community, what you do on Twitch, where you can be found, what you'd like to do in the future, how Character Animator is helped you and what you think about it. You've answered loads of great questions, and I honestly see, you know, your creation, you know, yourself, Scribbleh. There's so much I'd like to, in the future, see you, you know, there's so much great things that you could be doing because you're such a great character, and I look forward to seeing a lot more from you.
And thank you.
And if somebody wants to pay for me to go over to America, I'll come over and see you at TwitchCon as well.
Hell yeah.
Right, so in that case, we'd like to say thank you very much for joining us on the show tonight.
Yeah, we really appreciate you taking
my
the time
pleasure.
to come on.
And thanks for inviting me.
And
I had a blast.
Well, what's going to happen next is usually we have our Anthony does his school time, so you can either, if you've got to get off and get into a Twitch game, we'll have, you know, we'll say toodaloo to you now, or if you want to stick around and see what Anthony's going to try and teach us all, you're welcome to do that as well.
Did you just say toodaloo?
Toodaloo, yeah, what's wrong with saying toodaloo?
That's one of the things that make you vomit.
Nothing wrong with saying toodaloo. There you go.
Toodaloo, it's a perfectly good British saying. You know, toodaloo, toodle pops, whatever.
I like it.
Whoopsie daisy.
I like it. It has a nice ring to it. Toodaloo.
Yeah. I have no shame in saying toodaloo.
Yeah, well, you carry on with that.
Yeah, well done. Oh, so are we saying toodaloo, or do you want to see what Anthony's going to try and teach us this week? Feel free, you know, if you've got to get off, don't let us keep you.
Yeah, no, sounds good. I'll probably get off and start my stream, honestly. It should have started about like 2 hours ago, so I should probably go, yeah.
We've kept you long enough. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. It's been great, and I'm sure loads of people will find it fascinating. And we'll
thanks for
hope to
having
catch
me.
up with you soon in the future. Thank
Yeah,
you very
keep
much
up the
for
good
joining
work.
us. Our very first guest in the studio.
You too. All right. I'll see you guys later.
See you later
Toodaloo.
on.
Bye, chat.
Bye.
Is the exit over there?
Yeah,
That the
that way.
exit?
Yep. Over that way.
Oh,
Just
okay.
go
Bye-bye.
straight through the door. Take the left. don't go through the right. There's fall through a hole that way. You haven't finished drawing it yet.
Found it.
You okay? Yeah. Okay. He's all right. Yeah, he's found his way out. He's all right. He's gone now. Right. Well, Frank, that was great. I really enjoyed that interview. Actually, I thought that was fascinating and you know, brilliant character and so much potential. And he's such a great ambassador for what can be done with Character Animator. It's brilliant.
No, yeah, like I said, we do really appreciate
right then,
it.
Ant.
So yeah, what is it now? Is it time for school time?
It is. Have you got the banner? You got the music? Is it going to work this week?
Is it going to work this week? Let's try it. No, it's not.
It didn't. It's supposed to come pop up from the bottom.
Hey, there it goes.
School time with digital puppets. Yeah,
Okay.
you got to remember, we cut this section out as a standalone. Do it one more time. I want to do the voiceover, so when we cut it out and do it as a standalone little section, it's got like an intro. Go on, do it again.
Okay, one more time.
School time with digital puppets. On this week's section, Anthony, what are you teaching us?
This week we are going to have a look at custom walk cycles. So let's get this set up. I've got a very real simple character I've just knocked together for this one. What I'm actually going to do is share the screen, I think. So there we are. Okay.
Well, Anthony, you're showing your ugly face.
Oh, that's fine. That's okay. Hide me out the way a little bit. Okay, so with this character, what we've done now is we've set up a walk cycle, but not in the way it's normally set up in Character Animator. I'll give you a quick preview. The walk cycle is really bad, like I say. It was very quickly knocked together. But this has been done by creating framed animation within the animation software. So if I go into the rig, I will show you what it looks like once it loads up.
A mess.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Okay. So, as you can see here, we have a walk cycle, multiple layers, and it's running on a cycle layer that is set up on a continuous loop. So it's set to start immediately and it runs continuously. So that is simple. I mean, we know we can add triggers for any animations anyway. But what we can then do with this is on that cycle animation folder, if we add a right toe and a right heel and a waist. I think you might only need the right toe, but to be safe, I've added right toe, right heel, and a waist handles, and then the same for the left body. So the left animation is set up obviously in the opposite direction with left toe, left heel, and left waist. That will then run the walk cycle controls. So as long, you have to have the walk cycle set up in Character Animator. So if we go back in, we now get that animation running while it's moving left and right. So the reason you could use this is, it doesn't have to be a standard walk cycle. You could have him doing rolls or doing jumps. You could have him jump into a car and drive off. Yeah, or flying around. It just adds another element to it.
I mean, the Character Animator templates are great, especially for people that don't know how to animate. But if you are more advanced, if you do know how to animate, then this offers you a much wider, deeper,
and if you've got
to do a lot more with it.
If you've got a specific animation, a specific walk cycle that you need, you've got a certain walk. I mean, you've only got so many that you can do within Character Animator, within the setup. So it's just a nice, simple way of doing that. I'll just quickly show as well the setup for that. You need to turn the strength all the way down to 0. Adjust the body speed accordingly. Like I say, I've only had a quick play around, but the settings make a big difference down here. So, walk cycle. Like, we can turn. We adjust the body speed. We want step speed to be lower. So, you would adjust this until you get it to match a walk cycle. Like I say, quick walk cycle, it's not the greatest, but it kind of shows the point. But then the other thing I wanted to show you was, once this is set up, you can then trigger different walk cycles within this. So I've got a walk cycle set up where the character shrinks down. So while you're doing your walk cycle, you can trigger something else. So, you could have him walk in and then trigger in a little jump animation. But again, we'll have a bit more of a play around with this. This is something new that we've come across, so we just thought we'd share what we've got so far. And
again, I mean, this really goes a little bit to what we were talking about earlier, having a controllable character walking around a room, because you can also at the moment, like that character there, when he walks left and right, he cuts to a hard left or a hard right. But you can animate from a forward pose into a turn pose, can't you, Rant?
You can, yeah. And a character I've just made for someone, we've got that. It's a real simple setup. You literally just animate your turn from forward to your left and then your right profile. Add a cycle layer on it, and the bottom folder will just have your left and right profile set up. Well, that will be another show. I'll do how to add turns, but it's a simple thing, but it gives it a nice, instead of it jumping straight to left and right, it gives you a nice smooth animated turn. Like I say, we'll showcase that, and we'll also do a little tutorial on how to put that together.
But it's a bit like what we was talking about earlier, where we was saying how you could create a fully controllable character that can walk around in any direction you want it to, and then you could, do like a proper show with it. Using it, okay, it's a bit of a hacky way of doing it, but it completely works, and it gives you a lot more options to do something really advanced and really clever. So I think it's a great thing that to know and test out and to try different things with.
Like I say, we'll try and do a bit more with it and get a more detailed character, and we'll add in, instead of the simple walk cycle, we'll do some jumps, some rolls, and that sort of thing, and see what we can do with it, and then we'll make another video and share that with everyone.
Cool. Right, so that's it then, isn't it? That's the end of school time.
That is end of school time. Do I have to put the thing up again?
No, I don't think so.
Alright.
Right, okay. We have
see, I've got an angry one now. Look, see? Yeah.
What?
Okay.
This isn't my angry face. This is my fed up face, when you do mess something up. This is my angry face, look.
I had a fed up face.
If I'm really angry, I'll do this. Hang on. Oh, my face is stuck.
Face is stuck in the desk. Okay. So are we going to move on to the showcase?
We are, yes. New section, new time. Showcase time. And have we got a curtain for this? Is it going to work?
No, we don't have a curtain for this.
What? I did a whole animation and I put it in the shared folder.
Oh, I haven't got that. Didn't see that.
Did you even see it?
Nope, I didn't see it. So yeah, we'll add that in.
I spent like an hour making it the other day, and I sent you a message saying, "Here's the animation for the Showtime section."
Nope, didn't see it. It will be added into the next one.
You're winding me up.
No, I haven't got it.
You're joking. Oh, it's not question time.
Wow. Showcase time. All right, get over it. It's fine. Okay.
Right. Well, what
We're gonna
showcase
go-
time is basically where we're going to show off some of the characters that we've been making for people. So, first of all, what we've got is this gentleman here is called Mr. Darren Dukes, and he's from America, and he's got a channel at the moment where he talks about the Dallas Cowboys, an NFL football team over in the States. And I'm not 100% sure what he's doing with the character. He's either going to be used on his YouTube channel to talk about actual games, but I think he might be using it for a Twitch channel or YouTube gaming channel where he plays Madden. Is it Madden football? Well, anyway, we're going to be catching up with him in a couple of weeks and finding out exactly what he's been doing with his character, and we'll be able to show you all. So that's something to look forward to.
Well, it's the first time I've seen this one, and it is a really cool character.
Yeah, have you got like press the button and that's like his hello when he starts to show, and then there's another button where he actually that's his celebration when the team scores a goal. And can you turn on so he starts playing the controller?
I can indeed.
Oh, there you go. So that's him. And there's another one as well, intense. So like when he's really getting into the game.
Yeah, no, that's his normal one. And then when he gets
that's his normal one, and then when he gets intense, it's like that. Yeah, lean forward as well. That's the thing with these triggers. It's not just pressing the trigger. You should like when you celebrate, like move your head around a bit. Wave about, and then when you get angry, lean forward. It's a two-part thing. Yes, you got your triggers, but you also have to do the acting as well.
Yeah. No, I love this one. This is really good.
That was a puppet we made recently for Mr. Darren Dukes over in America, and we'll be catching up with him next month and talking to him about exactly what he's been doing with it. So that's something that we can look forward to. And next, Anthony's got his own puppet that he's been working on this week, and it's a new puppet that we're going to be selling in our store, isn't it, Ant?
Yeah, it's a new puppet for the store where we've been working on. It is a Blockman character. We've decided just to make a generic type character that's really easy to customize. We've got a few different customizations for it already. It basically in Photoshop it would just be a case of dragging on whatever clothing that you real simple to make and dragging on different textures. So we've got things, and we'll be making assets for this as well, and making a woman version, and just trying to make as much as we can. But we've got like different beards, different hairstyles, another different hairstyle. We've got a suit. It's got draggable arms, and we've also got a Santa Claus.
Yep. Father Christmas. Christmas is coming.
Yeah.
But the best thing about this character is that actually it is highly editable. I know we've got another template person in the store at the moment, which is great. But this one, people can literally... it's a bit like the Minecraft ones. You can edit it to look however you want. If you wanted to turn it into a cat, if you wanted to turn it into a superhero, a monster, all you got to do is go into Photoshop, edit the artwork on the layers, and then hey presto, voila, it's updated. You got your own customizable character. There's a lot you can do with it.
Yeah, we just thought we'd go for something that was as generic as possible and as easy as to customize as possible, and
really easy to edit. So yeah.
This will be going on the store probably by the end of the week with some different assets and things. So yeah, we'll keep everyone posted on that. And we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna try and add some more stuff to the store anyway. A bit of time and
we've got like a woman character for our standard template character coming soon.
Yeah. We're gonna make another Father Christmas.
I think gonna make a Father Christmas. We've got a little dog character coming soon that we were going to showcase tonight, but we didn't get around to sorting that one out.
Okay then.
Right, so that's great. Well, thanks for showing us that, Ant. He can also toodaloo off now. Bring you back. Right, next section of the show. Okay, you can get the cartoon news bit down if you want. Have you got the trigger for that?
No, I got rid of that. I didn't think we was doing cartoon news. We're doing cartoon news, are we?
Yeah, well, digital. Well, it's still cartoon news. It's about what's digital puppet news.
Okay, well, I haven't got the cartoon news one.
Talking about... Oh my god. It's not question time yet.
Ah, that's the nearest thing I've got. Okay, so what are we going to talk about then?
We're just going to talk about the whole point of Digital Puppets news time. It's just talking about what we're doing. And okay, yeah, I suppose we covered that a little bit with the puppet, but we're also going to talk about the new shows that we're working on, because this show at the moment is very much a little niche animation show, but we're working on a couple of shows which is going to be for entertainment shows for, you know, whoever, for as many people as possible.
It's like what
we've got two in the works. We've got...
It's like what we said to Scribbler earlier. Yeah, we're looking at... We want to... This is all about animation. How, we're going to try and interview as many people that we can talk to about how to get into animation and any advice and tips and tricks and stuff like that. But we are going to make some proper cartoons, and want to make some good shows.
Yeah, well, we've got two in the works. As we've mentioned on previous episodes, we've got Chip and Pug. We've already mentioned that. But another one, and Chip and Pug is going to be mainly for kids. But the other one we're working on is going to be a bit more adult. And when I say adult, I just mean like, you know, we don't have to watch our topic of conversation. We don't have to watch our language. We're not going to go, over the top just because we can. But it's not going to be for young kids. And actually, this one, we've been working on this for how many years now, Ant?
God knows now.
About
what, 10 years or so?
God. Because it originally started out, it was going to be like a Kickstarter for a proper animation show. In fact, we did a storyboard trailer for it. Can you enlarge the screen and play that video?
Yeah, can do. Do you want the audio one?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you can do.
Right.
Might want to skip a bit, but
haven't we got
it's
a
called
shorter
The
track?
Pastures. Well, no, just press.
Hey?
I was going to say, play that bit. And then you want to skip past this to about the last, go down to where the trailer begins. Nope, you've gone too far. Back. Stop. Forward a little bit. Right, okay, from there.
Okay.
From there. Oh. Just to be clear, that wasn't actually a proper animation. That was an animatic. It was it wasn't the characters that you saw at the beginning, the full colour characters. The idea of an animatic is like it's the rough that you test out, you try it out, you see if it works, and you get it all working smoothly. And then when you're happy with how the sketchy, simple animatic looks, then you go ahead and you do the full cartoon animation. And I think the animatic that we did like, well, I did half an hour's worth of animatic, and by the time we did all the script, it was like 40 odd minutes long. It just got too much. And obviously traditional animation, especially when it's just one person doing it, and doing it in their spare time, is a lot of work, and it fell by the wayside, especially when the studio got so busy. But now that character animators come about, we're going to bring back those characters. We're going to do a live show with them. But hopefully, you never know, if we can get it popular enough, maybe we can get some interest, and maybe somewhere down the line we could actually go back and revisit the original idea and do
the
half-hour show.
It's like I say, it's not just an extremely violent show either. Like the little clip, just that one episode that we were working on is based on a zombie episode. But like I said, we're going to use the characters from that and create a live show set up in a bar environment. and just start building the characters and getting them out there, and then using Character Animator. Maybe even look at making some simple shows with Character Animator. I mean, that's another good thing that it can be used for.
Well, we want to start making some sketches with Chip and Pug. Chip and Pug going to be a live show, but we're also looking at doing some little skits that we're going to pepper into the live show as well. Some proper little cartoons. So we got all that going. I've spent the summer building all these rigs for a bunch of characters. I've finished Chip and I've finished Pug, and I'm working on fully rigging up Miller and Jacob at the moment. And then and when they're finished, I'm also working on a cartoon show to teach people how to draw, teach kids how to draw, because I'm always my son loves drawing as well, and he's always asking me how to do this, that, and the other. And I was going to make him a little video to demonstrate, so he could go back to it as a reference. And I thought, you know what, I could do this as a YouTube channel, and I've got a character, Howie, so I'm going to rig him up. So I've got 3 shows. So that's our news, right? So I think that's let's do. Is there any questions for us, Anthony?
No, I think all the questions we had were for Scribbler earlier on, so we've been through all the questions in the comments.
Yeah, I think so. I'll have a quick double check to make sure we've not missed anybody. I see. If I can pronounce his name right.
Keiju
Kojo. How do you pronounce that? Keiju Kojo. I thought he was in America, but I just saw back on the messages. He's actually in Japan. It's only 6 o'clock in the morning there. Love to have him on the show one time to talk to, because he's got a great YouTube channel at the moment where he reviews loads of different
yeah, and
shows.
He also has guests on his show as well,
when he was talking about the final of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I've been watching them as well.
But I didn't realise he was in Japan, so quite a bit of a time difference, isn't there? Mind you, we can always pre-record it and then stream the interview during this show.
Well, we can do. I think.
Right, so
I think that's it, isn't it, for everything now?
Yep, that's it. That's
so
I think we packed a lot into this show today.
Yeah, so let's wrap it up and say goodbye. And then, Rob, we got anything set up already for next week's show, or?
Yeah,
Do you have anything planned yet?
We have got. In fact, I've got interviews set up right into October now. I've got a different interview. I'm not gonna mention them just yet, but I've got someone lined up for next week. I've got someone lined up. I've got about 5 interviews lined up, all to do with animation, or to help animators, not just cater Adobe Character Animators, but any animator. If you've got a show out there, if you've got a character and you want to develop it, that the people that we're talking to are there to offer advice and just to help you on your way. And other than that, I think in next week's School Time, we was going to talk about setting up 2-part trigger animation, so a trigger and a trigger within a trigger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nope.
A trigger within a trigger.
Yeah,
well, check it.
We'll do that
That's
next week.
a new one, so
okay,
check out the show next week. And what?
Oh, that's it. I'm saying.
Was there something that you wanted to do next week?
Nope. No, I think that's it. So let's wrap it up and say goodbye. So we'll see you all next week, same time.
Toodaloo.
And say, look, where is it? Where's my angry face? See you later on.